Hey guys, this is Hex, and in today's video, this is actually going to be a part 2 of my combat series for Elder Scrolls Online for Beginners. Um, as I previously stated in the last video, you want to have your best armor and your best weapon on you. Another thing you might be concerned with is glyphs. And let me show you. You can basically find glyphs by either, let's see if I can find them, by either finding them or buying them. And this is an example of some glyphs right here. And glyphs will tell you, depending on what you pick up, it will tell you specifically what it's for. For example, I have a major glyph of frost, and it tells me specifically that it's a weapon glyph, so I know not to use it for my armor. So let's go to my armor for example. Let's say I'll go to my chest piece. Okay, let's see. So we're going to take a look at my ebon thread robe of health. Now originally this wasn't magical at all, and and how you can tell whether something's magical or not is if it's magical, it has like a blue bar right below the armor number and the level number. Now obviously it's magical now because I charged it, but let's say for example I didn't have a blue bar below my numbers and I want to enchant it. So what you want to do is you want to tap triangle for actions and go into enchant, and if you happen to have a glyph for it, you would just you highlight it, tap X, and of course it would make it enchanted. Due to wear and tear, that blue bar is going to go down. And so what you're wanting to do is if you happen to have a repair kit on you, which you can buy, and depending or not whether that repair kit can actually, because most of the stuff repair kits that you get, they're kind of low level, so I'll probably never be able to repair my armor with it. I would just have to go somewhere like a merchant to repair it. But if you did have a repair kit, you could actually just tap X to repair and choose your repair kit and then do it that way. Weapons are a little bit different. For example, my great sword of flame, you notice that it's a little bit of a wear, just a teeny bit of wear on it. Now if I wanted to repair it, I would just go into actions and I would go into charge, and what you do is you would use soul stones for this. So let's say I'm just going to use like a little weak one. The greater the soul stone, the more you're going to get out of it, but I'm just going to use a common one, which is not going to be very much of a charge at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit charge, and right now it's fully charged. Now, much like enchanting your armor, like I said, you can enchant your weapon. So let's say I want to enchant it, so I'm going to tap X to enchant, and as you can see, I have a major glyph of frost that I can use, and it's the same level that I have. Now not all glyphs have the same level, so if this glyph of frost was like, let's say I could only use it between weapons like from level 1 to 10, I wouldn't be able to use it. It wouldn't do me any good. I would have to have something my level or greater to use it. So as you can see, it's level 46 like I have, like I've already got. But I'm not going to use this glyph because I have like a 252 flame damage, which is greater than the 222 cold damage. And but if I wanted to switch it out, like let's say they're equal in damage, and I thought, well, maybe I might try cold, I can actually just change it, and you'll get rid of the flame completely and just change it to frost. So there's always that option for you. It's just really what you prefer. Okay, I think that should be it as far as oh, one more thing I just about forgot. You may also want to be concerned with your jewelry as well. Let me explain. In the case of this, you have slots for your necklace and your armor. or your ring, I mean. And as you can see, I have quite a few necklaces. Now I went ahead and chose this one because it adds 47 weapon damage. And you can only hold, you can only like select one necklace at a time. Now rings, you can select 2 at a time. In the case of this, you know, I have all these rings right here, but I've chosen one that reduces stamina cost of abilities by 117, and the other one adds 51 weapon damage. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the combat aspect of it. And as you can see right below me, right on the bottom where I have all my icons, my special ability is up, which all I have to do to activate it is L1, R1 at the same time, and that is my class ability. If I go to skills, and you can choose one of these classes, you can either go down the line and just fill it all up, or you can just mix and match. You don't have to, you know, stick with one thing. But in the case of this one, I just went ahead and went with all flame for right now. I have various others I have unlocked, but I've just decided to go ahead and stick with my flame stuff for right now. And as you can see, my standard of might, I have it selected as my special ability. And as you can see also, like let's say my R1, you notice it's gray. That's my special flame ability for my sword. So when I'm using it, it'll take a little bit to charge, but it's actually very quick. But if I try to use it, you know, several slashes too quickly, I gotta wait for it to charge. But luckily for me, the charge on it is pretty quick. My special ability, not so much. It's pretty much the same thing with the other abilities. It kind of varies on the time frame. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've got my weapon drawn. I'm gonna make sure that this is something. This is obviously something that's aggressive because it's got a red outline. Anything that's passive will have a yellow outline, and you can still attack it and get some stuff from it. You know, but sometimes it's a bad thing because sometimes you could kill something that might have something yellow around it that somebody might own and they might get really bitter about. But in the case of this, okay, I've got my weapon drawn. If you want to block, you would hold down your your L2, and if you want to bash, let's say, and this actually does some damage to your victim, we'll say, you just go ahead and you just tap R2, and this actually uses stamina. Your blocking uses stamina. Your running uses stamina, your fighting uses stamina, so you got to keep track of your stamina bar. So let's say I'm wanting to roll out of the way, so if I'm holding down my my block, I can go in any direction and just tap X to roll out of the way. Now as you can see in my green stamina bar, that takes some stamina to do, so I'd actually have to either kind of walk for it to fill up. If I sprint, it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna charge up as fast. But I'm gonna go ahead and wait for it to fill up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Your normal attack for your weapon is you just tap your R2. If you want a heavy, you just hold it down. The only time you ever really want to do your heavy, at least for me, is if you stun the person or the animal that you're fighting against. And hopefully I can get him to charge or whatever, and if he can charge, I can show you how to bash, because that's how you stun him, if you bash. So I'm going to go ahead and swing a couple of times at him. And as you can see, there was red that was like this little trail from him. That means he's getting ready to charge or do a special attack. Okay, hopefully he'll do this again. Come on, bear, go ahead and attack me. Okay, as you can see, he was charging. Okay, I did that bash at the right time, so I'm going to go ahead and knock him down with a heavy blow. And I basically defeated him. Now, as you can see, he's outlined in yellow, which means he's no longer a threat, he's dead. And he might have something on him, so just tap X to search. And if you have more than one thing, you could just take all. But in the case of this, he only has one, so I'm just going to take one thing. So let's see if we can find something else to fight here. I'll go ahead and sheath my weapon. And hopefully we'll find like maybe like something a little bit. Okay, right here's a troll, for example. Okay, now as you can see, my my special, like my class, my special ability is shimmering now, so that's up, and that goes up if you just are fighting, and the more battle you do, it's going to fill up a little bit quicker. So the more enemies you got going on, it's going to fill up a little bit quicker. So I'm going to activate my special ability now by pressing L1 and R1. As you can see, while he's in this circle, he's going to get some extra flame damage, which is a good thing for me because trolls dislike flame, so they're weak against it. And as you can see, he went down.